All right, y'all. Good morning. Welcome back to Kermit Aquila. I have been trying to get a good video of Final Fantasy VII Remake and have consistently made mistakes. Or not remake. I'm sorry, of Final Fantasy VII with mods and with randomizer on. Randomizing some equipment, randomizing armor and accessory data, randomizing enemy drops, starting equipment. So you'll typically start out a little stronger, but the end result is that you don't know where you're going to be because you don't know that you're going to get all the items that you typically get picked up along the way in progression like you would in a typical playthrough. We're going to see what happens with this randomizer. There's some updates that are downloading, and I think that's probably causing some of the errors I'm having. And then even having to change the way that I video my screen recording, I had some mistakes. And the one that I made last night ended up being a black screen for the entire video. So for any of you that ended up catching that before I removed it, I'm sorry for that. So let's go ahead and pull this up. I'm going to keep the music not as loud this time around because when I had it loud, I got a copyright. It said it's not going to affect the channel at all, so we're just going to move on from it. And let's see. So some of the mods are going to make it look a lot better, make some of the transitions a little better, and overall gameplay should be a little bit better. See, Jessie isn't fixed yet. She's got a big head for some reason. Let's see what we're working with here. Starting with a Buster Sword, a Titan Bangle, and Aeris. That is not... Is this even randomized pro? Magic. Okay, so I got Slash All on something, and the Buster Sword has two summon materials in there. I think if we go to summon. Okay, we're having lightning. Okay, let's give it a run. I was trying to do advanced enemies, so making them stronger, but every time I do that, it crashes the game, so we're going to avoid that for just the moment. I think that might be some other issues. I'm going to run it 3 times speed, and we're not going to pay too much attention to the storyline, because we can do that during the playthrough. This isn't a playthrough, this is a randomizer, and we're just playing around with it. I've got a few streamers I follow, and I've been trying to encourage to try some of these randomizers, and so that's what I'm going for. So maybe I can convince one of them to check it out. When we get it completely fixed, the model is a little bit cleaner on Cloud. He carries a sword on his back instead of nothing, and his hair is not quite as gold. It's just a little darker in general, so he looks like purple. And I somehow like the purple and see I'm not that big of a fan of that particular part of the model. So one of the advantages is, of course, we're going to end up with a bunch of stuff that we can sell. So money won't be an issue, but we can't randomize stores just yet, so... Let's see, what did Barrett end up with? Carbon Bangle, Protect Ring. Okay, that can sometimes be a problem because we can't heal him. Heavy Vulcan. Okay. Let's look at his status here. So he got a summon, he got one of the purple ones, so counter, what have you. And then a few spells, it looks like. Let's see what magic he has. Bolt and Mini. Yeah, that shouldn't be too big of a problem because we don't have Cure, so if we can't heal through that method, then I think we're going to be fine. We'll just go ahead and move on. one of the things I found is that it randomized this box and many other boxes, and they all stay the same. So I'll have to figure out what causes that particular randomization and figure that out. There's another portion of the randomizer that I don't use often because when I do, it causes it to lock up. So I might have to play around with that a little bit more before I do the next video. A lot of times, because I work through the week, I end up just playing on the weekends. So I'll start a randomizer, I'll play through basically Midgar, get to the end of Midgar, and then the next week I come back and I don't remember which save or anything I had for, so I just go ahead and follow and start a new one. So a lot of times I'm just playing for Midgar, the long and short. Synth clip, I think that's going to be another red 13, yeah. Nana key. Maybe we'll look appropriately. Okay, maybe we can go ahead and save it. I've been trying to stick to the save file for the videos, so that'll help me remember this is always going to be counter. Like I said, most of the stuff that's on the ground already is not randomized beyond the original randomization, so I'm going to have to figure out what I did to cause that again. Okay, I'm going to slow it down just a hair. We don't have enough magic points to do any type of summons, so these summons are useless right now. This is very reminiscent of the original fight. I wonder down here what this bar is. Is that like an adverse effect that's falling off? I'll have to keep an eye. There's updates even now that I'm downloading, and I won't know how they're going to affect the game until after I started up the game. So since the last time I tried to record, we've already had one change, and that's this bottom menu down here has changed a bit. I think we should be able to get out of here without too much problem. We're going to skip the save and just head out. Another problem is, typically you'd get like potions and stuff from these enemies. You're not getting that because it's randomized, so, everyone thinks that just because you're randomized, it's going to be easier. There are complications when you're randomized, and sometimes it hinders you. You don't have ways to heal. So right now I have 2 more healing items, and then I'm done. Gotta figure out what that countdown is for Barrett down there. The red and blue bar. Maybe he has like a ring on it. I didn't notice Oh, you know what? That's probably the 2 barriers being up and slowly falling. That's probably what that was. That head Jesse. really your goal of the first part of this, this is obvious, but really what you want to do is you want to get back to where we can start material, and then we can really find out what we're looking at. And I'm going to do like 30-minute segments, so we'll probably hit a 30-minute marker at some point, and then I will shut it down, and we'll go for another one. Right now we're at only 10 minutes, so let's just keep running. I don't recall if that scene is in the original off the top of my head, so that might be an addition. Like Biggs and Wedge, they definitely did better with. Barrett, they did better with. Cloud is all right. He could be better, but you know, I'm not going to complain. Looks a heck of a lot better than the original game did, and I've got no problems with that. That's what I would have liked to have seen in the remake. But I'm also doing a segment of yeah, we're gonna go ahead and switch to I'm doing a segment on Integrate, Final Fantasy Remake Integrate, and I can tell you that I really am enjoying that. The game is gorgeous on PC compared to playing the original ff7 on PlayStation 4, and so that's one thing that I like a lot. The gameplay itself is really fun. Playing with Yuffie's been really good. So that's something we'll get to. All right, got a bunch of Crystal M phones to sell, microphones. If you care, I'm running on a Alienware Aurora 10. I don't know, 34 or 64 gigs of RAM, 32 or 64 gigs of RAM. I think it's 64. DDR4 or whatever. Finally put in a solid state drive, and that was a huge speed up. I should have done it from the beginning. I accidentally clicked away from it whenever I was building. Using an Aver Media camera, and a bunch of Alienware stuff, PlayStation controller. Yeah, Barrett's mad. Go ahead. When isn't he mad, right? And if I can convince you to watch this, Phil, hurrah! Jesse, it is so funny. Alright. If you don't know, some of these are like videos, so if it's a video that plays, it doesn't speed up with the speed hack, unfortunately. So some stuff like the original video that you start on, where you're coming in to Midgar and then dropping into the train, you're not going to see speed up on that, because unfortunately it just simply doesn't allow it. It's a movie playing in the background. Oops. You guys can see all that. So like right now it's slowed down for, oh, you know, I'm still at 2 times. But you can see like her head's moving weird. That might just be a glitch in the speed hack on that portion. So like this scene, for instance, you won't see a speed up on this no matter how fast or slow you have it. That's a movie playing in the background. It's not gameplay, you know. So the way that they made this game originally, the way that it works, you just can't speed up the movies. That's all. So normally I'd come over here and farm a little bit, but let's figure out our materia before we do all that. scene that you don't normally get to see. Strange. Okay. All right, childhood sweetheart, or so you think. No spoilers here, guys. I always forget to come talk to her, so let's try and bump up her points a little bit, see if we can't get her picked for the date. That, or we can try and go for a Barrett one day. Blah, blah, blah. Let's fight over money. There's some random gun just laying on a box next to a child that runs the bar. You know, no weird stuff. The guy in the background has a face like an aardvark. I'm really curious about that. I don't even remember if that's how it was in the original game, to be honest. This is another one, like I have to go and look it up, but I don't know which one is the better one. I'm gonna assume that it's this one. Like he says, how can you say that? And then she says, you don't remember the promise. It's like, he just argued with you that he remembers it, but whatever. I like how they put him in, like, in the original game, he's made out to be like a 7-year-old or something, and in this one, he's like a teenager with like a flag or a shinra on his right arm, like you would have on a lot of t-shirts these days. Has himself some spiky mullet. Spiky mullet cloud is what we're going to call him, I think. Good haircut. Blah, blah, blah. Let's go take a nap. And if you're not someone who's played a lot of Final Fantasy VII, I should talk to her first. But one thing I'll always suggest is you wouldn't understand, because otherwise you have to go through a ridiculously long tutorial. So let's check out Tifa. Okay, I'm gonna start with Kaiser Mako with a bunch of slots. That's kind of nice. Escort card, that's very nice. I don't know if I take that off, she might lose it. She has a curse ring. Okay, we're gonna take that off. Okay, now we can adjust material. So, I don't understand why Cloud has like this permanent slash all. Oh, Mega All, that's why. That's a pretty nice start. Oh, and Typhoon and Hades, that's nice. Hades can be very good for status effects. Okay, underwater materia, Titan. Okay. We have Transform. Let's see what she said. Vegeta, Throw, Shield. Not a single one is going to be a weak material this time. I think if we take this off of her, she's going to lose it. Let's see. We'll have to buy more, so she can equip something. The shops, I think I already mentioned this, but they're not randomized, unfortunately. So let's sell. Picked up a few extra infos. We're going to need those. We'll need one of these sync clips. Yeah, I think that's going to set us up. So now we have a ton of money. So let's go ahead and get 3 of each. We'll pick up some potions. Pick up some Phoenix Downs. Pick up some Phoenix Downs. Sometimes when you take the armor off, it gets like gender specific or something like that, it'll make it to where you can't repurchase it or re-equip it. Sorry. So even whatever she's got, she can't even use the traditional one. So that's one of those changes that occur whenever you start randomizing things. Okay, so he can. He's got a double growth, 0 slot carpet gun. So we're gonna have to switch to that. Same thing with Cloud. You know, what's the point of something you can't use? He can't use the other one either. So this is what I was saying about, like, right now what I think is happening is the armor is being identified by male, female, you know, some sort of gender specific. So she and him are probably wearing the same, and he's wearing opposite. So I'm assuming Iron Bangle is probably going to be female, and these are men's. Nothing we can do. That's a part of randomization. Okay. We'll see if we can pick up some more armor here in the future. This is always XP plus, spear. This is those random things I was referring to. They're not randomized. They were randomized one time, and I haven't been able to figure out how to re-randomize those. Oh, we have 2 Mega Alls? What? Okay. Alright, well, let's give him EXP plus. Who's got the most attack? Okay, so we'll give her the other Mega Ball. Restore, lightning, ice, decked out at this point, I think. Let's give him restore, lightning, ice, fire. That's done. Okay, and we're gonna put these on just to get. So let's make sure that we have most important ones down here. Throw isn't necessarily more important, but it's definitely going to need the most XP out of them. You know what? We could go with it all. Take that trip. Let's do a little bit of fighting here. Maybe we'll find something worthwhile. You know, if you remember the Morrowind and older Scrolls games, there was that you could find in any chest you could find a strong or weak weapon, and it made it really awesome that you could get lucky and end up with something really good, and that's what I love about the randomized, that possibility. I didn't see anything good for just the 135 soldier. Well, let's give it one more shot, and then we'll hop on the train and we'll go up and over after the terrorist stuff. I think a lot of those fights we're going to see again, so there's no point in just sitting there and harping on it. Let's see how far we're yeah, so maybe we'll get to the reactor and cut it short, and then we'll start the next episode on the next reactor. One thing I'll show you, at least in this variation of my randomization, I ended up with a really nice. Well, I'll show you here in a second after we start. We'll do a playthrough eventually, maybe I'll move everything. I don't have that type of voice. So this guy gives you an item, and it just so happens that it's Omni Slash. And it's every time, so even though I haven't made it to a point where I've leveled my stuff up to where I'll get to Omni Slash, it's my favorite thing in the entire game of all time. So, you know, Omni Slash is glad to have it that early. Just jumping off a swiftly moving train. So if you were playing the new threat, you could come back here and you'll actually, the enemies give you something. I'm not going to go into what it is. I don't want to spoil that because that is more new than the regular game. If you do decide to do the new threat mod, it's really cool. Highly recommend it. I think you'll like that. Said go down right from the start. This will always be the same. I might check that out and see if it's less damage, and it's not double. So we'll stick to what we got. Let's see how that works out. You know, again, less damage, same materia slots, but one less connected. So I think we're going to stick with what we have. So that we don't end up not being able to heal Barret, I'm going to go ahead and remove the barrier rings. Blah, blah, blah. It's her fault. When you have Mega All, the game's not going to be too challenging this early on. Or probably too much at all, to be fair. And I'm a big fan of Cloud, so Cloud's going to be my main character that I focus on. So he'll get the better stuff in almost every scenario. I know that that's not the best way to play, but I'm playing the game the way I want to play it, right? When it's your turn, you can obviously change that up. What's nice is sometimes you'll get steal right off the bat, so you can be stealing rounds and it's too, which is really nice. Okay, crystal crosses. And more sellables. We can get that Mega All Barret again as well, or you know, whoever our third party member is as well. Oh, rocket punch. Alright. Now we lose our 4 materia slots, but we end up with some heavy damage. But he has the Iron Bangle. make this work? You know what? We're fine. We're fine. Probably should. That's very nice. Being able to just everything you have is all. Tell y'all a little secret. That's not the exact storyline. My brother, he streams on Twitch, so he's given me some pointers on how to correct some of the mistakes I've been making in the last videos. So that's something I'm working on. You know, this is in the past week, well, like 15 days is when I started trying to put this together. So for any of you that stop by and check out my videos, thank you. You know, thank you for giving me a chance, and we'll see how it goes. You know, I work 55, 65, sometimes 70 hours a week, so I don't have a lot of time. But I think if we can get consistent streams on the weekends, maybe we can build up a little bit of a viewership. And yeah. I love Final Fantasy 7, so you're going to see a lot of Final Fantasy 7 related stuff. Maybe some other Final Fantasy games here and there. I like randomized games, so you'll see quite a bit of that sort of thing on this channel. And you know, if not, I'll just do it for myself. I gotta learn how to not say so much. I think I just left those circuits sitting. Circlets. Oops. When you play New Threat, one of the funny things they do is whenever you try to do that, it'll just go close enough and open the door, even if you're not, you know, right on top of each other. I thought that was really fun. We're not going to waste your time on some trivial item like that. Oh, Wizard's Bracelet. What's that? That's normally really good. Yeah, I think I left those circlets because I was speeding through things too fast. That won't let us do it, of course. See, so that's not really worth it. If we were trying to go for high magic defense, or if we had a fight where the magic defense would be needed, that wouldn't be bad. But that's not what's going to happen. You know what we should do? Let's do a quick config. Let's change this. Let's go with this one. That way we know which game we're playing. Okay, I like doing a memory. And I like doing weight since I play with the speedo. That looks good. So let's save again. That way, whenever we're checking our save file, we know which one we're playing. Even though I'm probably going to forget by next week anyways. Next week. Maybe I should hang around and pick at least one of those up. Let's see. I forget what every item does, so... Whenever you play randomizer, ooh, son. Alright, yeah, I think we're going to go the route of picking up 3 of those. I would have 3 if I wasn't an idiot and accidentally clicked away. least for now, we'll use this. Pretty hard to beat 30 plus on any stats, let alone 2 at one time. You know, we haven't increased our magic points back up, so we probably won't have any summons available just yet. But I mean, is this fight really that hard? Okay, Titan. What's up? Or, you know, Cloud can just come in and drop a 12 piece on him and end it. What is that floppy jump? Okay. And we get to meet a lot of people's favorite character of the entire series. I'll tell you another little secret. Shouldn't stick around for too long. Whether you call her Aerith or Aeris, she's still very, very popular in the series. See, and they could have made, instead of making Remake the way they did it, they could have made a game like this. And I think a part of the challenge was, these things have been out for a few years, even though many of us haven't played them. And so it makes it difficult for them to make a game that's just cleaned up. But look at games like D2R, they're as popular as they ever have been. So, you know, maybe that was the right route, but I can understand why they brought it up to a new audience. I liked playing it. I played through it on easy, normal, and hard. I really liked the remake, but playing through it the second time, like, after going, you know, not playing it for a couple of years and then going back and playing it on the PlayStation this past week, I found I was very, very annoyed about the slowdowns that were created artificially. So, like, having to hold triangle for 3 seconds to open a door or to click a button. It just seemed arbitrary, and it seemed like they extended the game artificially to me to make it seem like it was enough hours in the game. Now, when you play Integrate, a lot of that stuff is cut out. There's less forced walking, or at least so far that I've played, and I'm only a couple hours into it. So, I would say overall, I definitely like that they fixed some of those things. But Integrate should have been included in the first game, and it should have been that way in the beginning. So we'll keep her as Aeris, but I'll name Nanaki probably. We'll see. Alright. I don't know if y'all have ever played the barrel mini game or know which ones to do it in the order, but I'll do it correctly in this one, I'm pretty sure. And we'll go from there. Something for y'all to learn. I should probably send her some material. Let's see what she started with. Fairy Tale. Oh, look at that silver armlet. Safety bit's nice. I think we shouldn't have a problem with that anytime soon, so I'm going to go circle it, give her some nice stuff. Let's see, steel as well. I like that. Bahamut 0, element. Oh, yes. But I don't have anything put it on. Alright. You know, we'll put it on her. Okay. Let's go. What do you want to do steel as well with? Let's do shield, because then we can shield up every round and get a steal out of it. Let's throw a steal on there. Throw. We want a mega all. We need to put the mega all down here for sure. Or put Belmont down here as well. Bahamut 0. Leviathan. Lightning. Store. Fire. Ice. We'll hold off on counter. There's no point at this point. Let's go with the you, I think. Excuse me. You know what? I was supposed to stop the episode. So why don't we get out of the church and then we'll stop the episode around 45 minutes. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. We'll call it what it is. So you go back here and you're going to hit this first one in the back. Knocks that guy out. You got to wait for her to say something. And then you come over here and you can throw this one down through the wall or through the floor. Very oddly. Everywhere else, there's some flooring. That one, you just go right through it, whatever. Still not sure what the red and blue lines on the bottom are now. It just seems whoever's on the bottom has that. Okay, and that's the barrel game. It's like original Donkey Kong. Alright, and we are out of the church. So, with that being said, we were able to do 2 reactors and the church, and get it out of the church, get Aeris in the first episode. I hope to see y'all come back, and let's go from there.